listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode number 344, Trapeze, 1976, and coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where it is finally fall. I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John DPPP Matola.
Oh, DPPP. What does that stand for again?
Deep Purple Podcast Pariah. Which I called myself that in the chat until I realized that somebody may have been talking about someone else.
Someone else was a pariah?
Well, they're just they were talking about Husey tickets, and yeah. I think I'm in and out of these chats because it's like I saw the whole day's worth, and when everybody started talking about tickets to things, I'm like, shit, I have to catch up on this. And at one point, I think it was Rich said, well, he is on his own or something, and I guess he referred to someone else, but I thought he was me. So I'm like, when did I become the Deep Purple Podcast Pariah?
Actually, I missed that too, and all the stuff going on. But it was Glenn Hughes, as of recording this, announced tour dates for his Chosen Years tour. And within 1 hour, Rich was like, let me know by this afternoon if you're going. And it's like the show's in April.
Well, I mean, he also thought that there was going to be a
pre-code, a pre-sale.
Yeah, well, I think he thought there was going to be a pre-sale sooner than it was going to be. So Rich is really good with nailing down tickets like right away. That's one thing that I can definitely get on board with. This is like when he talks about tickets, he doesn't waffle around. He's like, all right, who's getting tickets now? I need to know now. And that's like, definitive. So, yeah, we get to go to a lot of, we plan a lot more better that way. That was awkward.
You do more better.
We do more. We plan a lot more better. But yeah,
of course, I'm thinking, oh man, John's at work. He's going to get this at like 2 p.m. and it's already going to be too late. He's going to be on his own for tickets.
Well, that's why I said, is it too late? And then you're like, dude, it's in April. And I'm like, yeah, but is it too late for us? Because I was like, I want to go, but I don't want to sit alone.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm not going because he's playing 2 shows near me.
Yeah.
So he's playing one in Joliet, and then he's playing 2 in Edwardsville, Illinois, which sounds like it's close, but it's actually a suburb of St. Louis, so it's about 4 hours from here. Then he's coming back and playing another one in St. Charles, which was the last place I saw him. So he's playing at the place we went to see him with the Dead Daisies, and then he's coming back and playing the place that I went to go see him with Mike Catan and Peter from Illinois and Ryan M. And the time I got to hang out with him in Al Capone's brothel. So not sure if I'll be able to do that again, but I'll reach out to Glenn and see.
Well, I am, I mean, I don't know anything about it except the dates, but knowing that this is most likely his other material, I've only seen him on Deep Purple Classics tours. So, I mean, except for the Dead Daisies, but, and that was like a few years back. So, but I haven't seen like a solo Hughes show where he's doing looks like solo material or material that is other than just Purple Classics. So it's like I've seen that a bunch of times. I mean, as much as I love seeing it, it'll be good to see something else.
I'm excited to see him play some Trapeze stuff. I'm sure he'll sneak in Burn and or Mistreated or something. But we'll getting a chance to see him do some solo stuff and some Trapeze stuff would be great.
Yeah.
And speaking of trapeze, that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, we have to talk about how to support our show. If you are new to the show, you may not know this. You may have noticed when you started listening to the show, there was no ads. And we're not going to ads now. And speaking of ads, the latest one I've been getting, well, I told you about I still get the one every time with the trying to get a gun away from somebody in Illinois that's going to go crazy and shoot people.
Yeah.
That's always a fun one. But the latest one is of course, it's some sports gambling thing. But the guy doing the voiceover is talking about in this state and that state. And he mentioned something about Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to pronounce Ontario. Yeah, he doesn't know how to pronounce Ontario. And nobody caught that. Nobody was like, "Nah, buddy, it's pronounced Ontario. Let's take another take." They just left it in, and I've heard it multiple times now. I've never in my life encountered a single human being that said Ontario. At first, I didn't even know what he was talking about. It was very strange.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's the latest one.
You know what I've been getting is ads on, I think it's Hulu, whatever it is.
Yep.
Some streaming platform, and they're regular ads, but they're all in Spanish.
Yes.
Just one ad per thing. It's just like the others. Yo soy progressive. I'm like, what? Like, why does this thing think I'm Spanish or speak Spanish? Because it's like, and I mean, it'll be like one out of every 3 ads during the ad breaks, and it's never really happened before, and it doesn't happen on podcasts either.
It happens to me listening to Pot of Thunder sometimes, where I'll get 1 or 2 Spanish ads, and it has happened to me on whatever Hulu or Netflix, whatever it is, here and there. But yeah, it's just weird that all out of the blue, the algorithm decides that we're Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, if you have any doubts about the future of technology or algorithms or AI, if you want to further be shown that this is all just garbage slop being shoveled in your direction, there's your hint right there. It doesn't even know what it's taking a guess at what language you speak and guessing wrong. This technology is terrible. But you don't have to worry about that with our show. All you have to worry about is apparently our new segment where we complain about the latest commercials that we've heard.
Yeah, you don't get any ads except for when we bitch about them, and then you get ads.
You just get our recaps about the ads. But our show is 100% supported by you, the listeners. And hey, we put it out there for free. Since day one, we've put it out there for free. And all we've said, our only requirement is that if you get some value from this, doing your chores, doing your commute, whatever it is, consider giving us some value back and helping support us so we can continue on. That's all we ask. And we've had a few of our patrons started listening to the show very young. I remember one of them saying, "You know what? I'm too young to have a credit card, but as soon as I can, I'm going to get one and I'm going to become a patron." That's exactly what they did. I mean, that's awesome. So we don't require that obviously, but it's super cool to see people that enjoy the show give us some value back. So you can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, maybe the worst platform for leaving reviews of any platform ever. And then we actually just had 2 shows taken down on Spotify. And normally they've been sending an alert saying, "Oh, your show has copyrighted stuff." So you can do this process where basically you say you have rights to use it, or you're using it as a review or something like that. So I always click "We're doing a review," and then I submit it, and it's always accepted that. But this time it didn't even alert us. It just said your shows are taken down. And then I appealed, and it's saying, "Oh, we do have rights to use it through fair use because it's a review." And then I just got an automated thing back that was like, "Meh, appeal denied. We don't feel like it. Screw you." So we've got 2 episodes. It's like part 2 of our review of Battle Rage is on, and one of our Jesus Christ Superstar episodes gone.
Weird.
Yeah, so we got to get off Spotify. Speaking of garbage, Spotify is garbage.
Yeah.
As As we say that on the on Spotify that's hosting our podcast.
As I'm like making my Spotify playlist.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't on Spotify. It was on a different service, but Spotify decided it was going to buy that service. So now we're on Spotify. So that's what I think of you, Spotify. But you can also buy some merch at our Etsy store. It's getting cool. So get your Deep Purple Podcast winter hats. You're going to need it. We got purple ones and gray ones. You can donate on PayPal or become a patron on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Help support our show there. Go to the show notes for all of that stuff. As a patron, as a supporter of the show, you get access to our patrons-only Discord channel, our rating spreadsheet, invites for our live stream episodes, links to submissions for all of our album rankings episodes, and access to our Too Hot for YouTube Forbidden episodes via Patreon. Maybe I'll have to put those on Patreon, those two that just got taken down. Well, they might still be on YouTube. All right. So there we go. And speaking of patrons, our executive level coming in at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 uncommon man tier, we have Ovis, Nakvi, and Purple Maniac. At the 20 is plenty tier, we have Alan. At the 10-pound good doctor tier, Dr. Mike Catan. And maybe we'll get a chance to see the good doctor in April at the Glenn Hughes show. To turn it up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Teal, God Mortensen, Mickelstein, Will Porter, PhD, PP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Blackford. don't call him Bradford
Blackford.
I was thinking of, in my head, as I was saying that, I was thinking about how Michael Bagford called himself Richie Moore Black. So that kind of popped in my head.
You got all in a kerfluffle.
Michael Less Black. At the $10 someone came name tier, Ryan M, Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, and Better Call Saul Evans. And Peter from Illinois. We got two more from the Illinois connection in that group. And at the Deep Thoughts by Fielding by John Matola. I'm losing my mind this week.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm off to a really good start. The Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
I think he's full of horse shit.
Thank you to all of you for your support. And then we've got the Deep Purple Podcast Hall of Fame, starting out there with
Rich, Youngwy, Shaylo.
I know who Rich is. Rich is my favorite.
Jorg Planer and Norman Weichelbaum. Thank you to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple Podcast. And then, of course, Deep Purple Burn. Get us your rankings by December 1st. As of airing this episode, you only have a couple weeks left, so make sure to get those rankings in so we can get to recording that episode, which will be airing, I think, early next year. Let's see. Looks like it's slated on the schedule for, what the heck is it? Do I even have it on here? Oh yeah, it's scheduled for like January, so
you're whiffing it and biffing it left and right.
Yeah, I don't know
over here.
But yeah, that's what we got. So here we are, another Trapeze album. Last one was the first one after Hughesy left the band, and now here we are, 1976. This one comes out. Still Hughesy not in the band, but he does appear on the record. Do you have any history with this one?
No, what is this just self-titled?
It's their second self-titled album. I always love when a band does like multiple self-titled albums.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, I saw Trapeze, and I went, no!
Didn't we do that one already?
Is this an early April Fool's joke, Nate? No, I don't think that. I mean, I was never really as familiar. Like, I knew obviously the first three Trapeze albums, not the first one as good as the last two with Hughes, and then I knew the Hot Fudge Sunday album or whatever it's called.
Oh yes, Hotwire.
Hotwire, that's it.
I
A
don't
little.
know. Brings up an interesting point as to why there's a hot fudge sundae involved.
But I mean, well, I remember the cover, so
There you go.
so I remember that one a little bit because I remember searching for Trapeze, seeing that and being like, oh, I wonder if Hughes is in the band, and he wasn't. But I listened. I'm like, okay, a few good songs. We reviewed it, but I don't think that I'm too familiar with anything past that. I'm not even sure that I knew that there was another Trapeze.
Yeah, so there's this one, and then there's one more proper album after this. The one with the booby lady on the cover. It's like the cover of it, and it has a different cover. I think that was the German cover. In the United States, it was they were like, we can't do that. Let's just put a picture of a Volkswagen on the cover. It's like, oh yeah, that's gonna move a lot of albums. They probably would have been better suited to, even if they censored it some way, to put the lady on the cover. I think they would have sold a few more copies.
Yeah, little black bar. Yeah.
Or actually, maybe it wasn't even released in the US. Maybe it was only a UK. I don't know. But at any rate, it was the booby cover, and then everywhere else I think was the Volkswagen. I think there might have been like a hand on the window, so it's like somebody was making whoopee in the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
But yeah. So at any rate, this is the second to last album. This still has Dave Holland on drums, Mel Galley on vocal and guitars, Pete Wright on bass still, and then also Rob Kendrick on guitar, who went on to work with Don Nix, Nightwing, and Budgie. Once again, that's like, we've had a lot of Budgie references lately.
Budgie.
Budgie.
Especially when you go like this, Budgie.
Budgie is like a weird name for like a proto metal band. It's just not badass. Kind of like Rainbow, not a badass name for a hard rock band, but Budgie. Anyway.
Yeah, it sounds like, Bungie.
Yeah, well, it's just it's
like
a little bird. It's like
is it?
Yeah, it's not. Nobody in the United States seems to know that, but since my wife is from the Commonwealth, she years ago set me straight about what it's basically a parakeet.
Oh, okay.
It's what the Brits call a parakeet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Which doesn't make it more badass when you know what it is.
Yeah, parakeet.
Parakeet would be a good name for a band.
Metal parakeet.
Metal parakeet, yeah. Okay, so this producer on this album is Steve Smith. He worked in England for Island Records. He produced Bob Marley and the Wailers. Also worked with Robert Palmer, Toots and the Maytals, Rough Diamond, No Dice, Gillan, and Supertramp. Then we have engineer Phil Brown, who started working as a technician in the late 60s. He worked with Robert Plant and British Sea Power. I don't know that one. He ended up being like a house engineer for Island Studios. And then reportedly this album was mixed by Eddie Kramer, but he's not credited. So
reportedly.
I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know what that means. If you just didn't, I don't know why he would do it and not be credited. I don't know if it was like an Alan Smithy type situation. I don't know.
He heard the mix and then he was like, I don't want to be associated with this.
He mixed it and then he heard the mix and he's like, nah. Take
Leave
my
that
name
off my
off
resume.
it. It's
Leave
like,
that
oh,
off
man.
my resume.
Because it's like we could have gotten some good traction saying that you were involved. And then we have the album cover. John, what do you think of the album cover for Trapeze's second self-titled album?
Oh, I have seen this.
Yeah, it's like, I think they utilized this logo in a few places throughout the years.
Yeah, well, it's pretty basic here. You got my my classic shirt design in the background.
Well, I think those are stars, so
They look like polka dots from here.
yeah, they're stars.
Ah, okay. Well, from a distance.
It does look like polka dot. Yeah.
But I think it's I like the fact they have a logo. I think it's a pretty cool looking logo. You got the cool colors going into the warm color in the middle. So not much going on here, but they got some good kind of color breaks going on. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's very iconic. It's very simple. Just a little star field, and then the trapeze. You got that like sunburst, like white in the center, going to like yellow and orange and red and green, a purple and blue as it gets out towards the edges. Looks really cool. The design for this was done by Seabrook Graves Aslet, which is, I guess, a company. They worked with the Everly Brothers, Faces, Buffalo Springfield, ELO, and Wizard, another Jeff Lynne-related band. And the photography is by Carl Dunn, who did the photographs for You Are the Music and Play Me Out. So some connections there. And yeah, that's what we got here. As John wakes up.
No other art?
No other art. You know what?
Yawn.
There is some other art. Let's take a look. The inside labels, nothing crazy there, just the standard Warner Brothers palm tree lined walk. Then on the back cover, you get that same star background, and you get the trapeze logo, and then you've got some live shots of the four guys, and like a live shot of all of them on stage.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like how that's laid out.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. Recorded at Island Studios. Yeah, it's a little difficult to make out from this picture. And you've got this ad here, new album, Trapeze. And it just has the logo with that little live shot. It's kind of cool, matching that star background. This is the back of the CD, which has a little bit of extra information on it. This is where it says mixed by an uncredited Eddie Kramer. And then you've got this little thing from Sounds Magazine. It says Glenn Hughes, Deep Purple's bass guitarist, is temporarily reforming his old band Trapeze for one major international tour. The Trapeze tour will kick off on the American East Coast at the beginning of August and roll across America 5 weeks before coming back for some selected British dates in September. Glenn told Sounds this week, "It's always been my mind to take Trapeze across the states and clean up the rock and soul market out there." Deep Purple's manager Rob Cooksey added, "Glenn has decided temporarily to channel his high energy and creativity into Trapeze, while the other members of Deep Purple take a long and well-deserved holiday." Well, that holiday ended up being quite long. It lasted for about 8 years and did not include Glenn Hughes when it ended.
So is this how Hughes was kind of involved?
Yeah, but I don't think this ever ended up. And it's also saying he reformed the band. Like, well, they were still going without him, so it's maybe some incorrect reporting there. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that was kind of the idea. Was at that point it hadn't been officially announced that Deep Purple had broken up, and I don't think they even really necessarily knew. I feel like Glenn was the last one to know. Glenn and Tommy, I think, were like waiting around, like, "Hey, when are we getting back into the studio?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll get back to you."
They're like, "No, thanks, junkies."
Everyone just went their different ways, I guess. So yeah, so there he is, back with Trapeze. Although he didn't end up really being in the band, or maybe he did some shows. I don't know how exactly what happened there, but. Okay, so we can get into the music in a minute, but before we do that, let's thank our core level patrons. And coming in at the $6.99, the Nice Price Plus tier, Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost and Sugar Tea. At the $6.66 tier, at the episode $6.66 tier, yeah, I guess that's what we have. Steve Coldwell. Arthur Smith.
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
Anton Glaving.
Pain in the glaving.
And Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, Kenny Wymore and Richie Sucksmith. At the 70 Norwegian Kroner tier, we have Kai Runa, Yes, I'm Norwegian, Olsen.
It's a great life in the Norwegian.
At the $5.99 Nice price tier, Robert Smith and Adrian Hernandez. At the 60 kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, DJ Knut Morten Johansson. At the €5.50 tier, Merline Rota. At the £4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask.
Smoke on the water while you're in the sky.
At the $5 moneylender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexei the Perfect Stranger Slepikov, Kev Roberts, Scott Zerns, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf.
My Czechoslovakian is not so good.
Coyote Bongwater. John Maselli.
If you meet some kids that you want to hang out with, you're allowed.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson!
Sarah Sanders. Jelly Bean. Evan Robeson. Purple Swede.
Sweet, 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 sweet.
All right.
Missed the first part of that. Oh.
Ooga
And Ralphie
chaka,
Lee.
ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. There we go.
I hope to meet you again real soon. You have a good, deep, purpley day.
Thank you so much to all of you. It would be great if Kelly Clarkson actually did join. I'd have to push her for more than the $5 money lender tier, though. Be like, come on, Kelly.
You got deep pockets.
You can afford it. All right.
Pony up. Pony up.
Yeah. All right. So here we are. Trapeze. This will be the fifth studio album by Trapeze that we've reviewed. And are
The fifth, and let me see, possibly the fourth that I've liked. We'll see.
We'll see. Not a fan of the first. Well, I guess we'll see. Is this going to be higher on your rankings than the original self-titled album?
I bet you it will. I mean, it came out in 76, so.
Yeah, it's going to be probably more up your alley. All right, so here we go. First song on the first side is a track called Starbreaker. Ooh, kind of throw you off a little there. It's like kind of like Led Zeppelin sort of.
A lot of stuff going on.
Is that horns in the right channel? Yeah, there's no horns listed on here.
Yeah.
I love the horns. They're low in the mix, but they sound great. What is the Zeppelin song this is reminding me of?
Yeah, it's the one that's got the same kind of
Yeah,
rhythm
dun,
to it.
dun, 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 dun.
I'll think of it when this stops playing. It's a very like a very high, like a high mids mix. You know what I mean? Very like mid heavy.
Yep. Woo. Ooh. This has got that trying to think. It just reminds me so much of.
This kind of makes me think of something you'd hear on the Butterfly Ball.
Yeah, it reminds me of that time frame that those something Mo Foster would be on, and all these backup horns, and hear Liza Strike singing backup vocals. You know, it's got that. It's from that same.
Yeah. Like you could hear this being like one of Coverdale's first solo albums.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Roger Glover in the mix production-wise.
Yeah. And I mean, the vocals are still very Hughesy-like, so, you know, that's kind of a no-brainer. It makes you think of, like, Hughesy. I mean, I definitely like how they kind of stayed within that style. So if you were a Trapeze fan and you were listening to it, you were still kind of getting that same style of vocals and kind of that funky type of music that they were doing a little toward the last album he was doing. So they were, I think, at least trying to be consistent. It wasn't like, all right, let's get in somebody that sounds nothing like, or you know what I mean, or I'll sing and it'll be like nothing like what it was before, not even close. So I appreciate that part to it.
Yeah.
But it's
right.
I don't know what it sounds like. It's like the mix is like this very, was I saying that right? Like a very like high mid type of mix.
Yeah.
Like it has this very kind of like, I don't know how to say it. It's like a very like kind of like radio, like lo-fi kind of sound, but not in a bad way.
AM radio hits of the 70s.
It's not like crystal clear, the production, but it's
it's like a little muddy, but like kind of in a cool way.
Yeah, not muddy, but not like clear like that like mid to late 70s kind of disco-ish production or anything. It's like it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. All right, what are you going to rank this one?
Let me see. Starbreaker. I'll give it a 3. I thought it was a little above average. I thought it was like good performances, good kind of chord changes, like melodies and stuff. Like I said, it reminded me of a Butterfly Ball. The first couple of Coverdale, like that kind of like more soulful type of stuff he tried to do. On his first solo albums type of thing. So it fits in, like gives me very Deep Purple family vibes, because you're getting a lot of stuff that we're familiar with hearing these musicians doing, It's not like one of the albums where it's like there's one person and it's really experimental or something off the wall or whatever. This is like right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah. I will give it a 4. I love this one. Thought it was a great opener. I love the horns. I love the whole thing. And I realized it's Misty Mountain Hop that it's reminding me of.
That was it.
Walking in the park just the other day, baby. What do you think I saw?
So it was like Eddie Vedder singing the verses in your version, or?
No, that's how he says. He does. He sounds kind of. Yeah, I guess it was like kind of proto grunge, right? Maybe that's what Vedder was channeling.
I think we might be thinking of two different songs.
Well, he doesn't sing it like typical Plan. He's not like walking in the park to see. He sings it like.
Well, that's kind of like Axl Rose now. Nate's doing the greatest hits of like any vocalist that he can emulate.
Any vocalist except for Robert Plant.
No, but I know which song you're talking about. It has that very like the part that made me think it was a da 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 bam ba da da.
Yeah, and it's like it comes in and the drums kind of are a little like they throw you off with where the one is. You think you know where the one is, and the drums come in and you're made to be a fool because you were totally wrong. All right, next track up is called It's All Right.
Oh, nice.
Oh, a little slide guitar there.
Like we're getting nice stereo acoustic
Yeah.
in both ears.
It's a weird snare sound.
Yeah, I feel like they're experimenting with a couple of different sounds here.
Snare's got a very odd delay on it, and it sounds weird.
That's not really throwing me off.
So look at this weird metallic sound on the toms too. Very odd drum sound.
I like this. It's like it's a very different kind of ballad.
Yeah,
A little more complex than you might expect from another band. Kind of straightforward because they're doing a lot of different parts, throwing a lot of different textures.
I'm just surprised that there's no credits for any of the. It's one of those things that could be like a Martin Ford sort of situation, but I don't think so. Mastering, photography. Odd that they wouldn't record anybody for the arrangements or the playing. Like metallic sound on the drums is crazy. I don't think it sounds very good.
I mean, it's not maybe bothering me as much as it's bothering you.
Maybe it's not translating through Zoom like the full extent of it because it's very odd to me.
I mean, I would have just had just a straight drum sound and had saved all the effects for the guitars, but
I find it distracting.
Do you find tinsel distracting?
Tinsel? Is that a Simpsons thing?
Ah, Seinfeld.
Okay.
With the pole.
I don't remember that.
No, it's with
it's from the Festivus thing. Yeah.
I find tinsel distracting.
Yes. It's one of the lesser quoted parts from the Festivus episode.
Yes. We both gave it a
What does translate to numerically for you?
3.5.
All right.
I thought it was a pretty a decent ballad. I like the drums weren't as much of a sticking point for me as they were for you because I kind of got what they were trying to do. It sounded like they were like, you know what, let's put all these effects on the different instruments to give this song some color, which I mean, they really didn't have to do, but it didn't really distract me that much because I think that the song on its own was interesting enough. Just because the chord changes and some of the tempo changes. I thought it was really good. Like if they just played it straight like a live version in the studio, I would have been like, oh, this is really nice. But I think they tried to layer it and do some interesting stuff with it. So, I'll give it a little bit more because I think it's you got some like good musicians trying to make it like a cut above just your kind of typical like strumming, like 3 or 4 chord ballad, which is kind of predictable. And this was a little unpredictable. So
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5 as well. I really like the song. The kind of weirdness of the drums is not enough to really knock off any points for me because I thought it was a really great song. It just sounded like, when you're playing like air hockey and you hit the puck and it goes like into the, it bounces into the goal.
yeah.
That's what the snare sounded like to me. It's just an odd sound, but yeah, really good song. And like you said, not a typical or formulaic ballad by any means. It was really interestingly done and arranged, and had some really nice dynamics in it. So, all right, next track up is a track called Chances. Oh, we're staying in this like acoustic world here. It sounds like he's tuning. Oh, this one's sung by Glenn Hughes, I mentioned.
Oh, Hughesy's back.
Yep. Guess who's back? And this was written by Hughes, Tom and Mel Gelly.
This is his like Glenn Hughes solo album vocals.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it kind of evolved out of this attempted Trapeze reunion, evolved into his solo album because all these guys were on the album. But that vocal effect is so play me out.
Yeah. This is really good.
Yeah. And I love that little like Fender Rhodes, I'm assuming. I don't know who's playing the keyboards on that. Could have been Glenn.
Could have been anybody. Who knows?
Who knows? Very short track. There, but Chances. What do you think of that one, John?
I'll give that one a 4.
All right.
I love the return of Glenn.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, another interesting where you had kind of like a really in this one like kind of dry production. You have a really crisp acoustic guitar, just bare bones, and then you have Hughes coming in with his vocals just bathed in like in chorus,
yeah.
But I mean, it works. I mean, he could have done it that way. He could have done it like singing right up close with no effects on his voice. It's like, but I think I like, they're doing this kind of juxtaposition type of thing. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, where you kind of have a not produced, it sounds like guitar, and then this really overly produced vocal, and it meshed in a good way. And I think the vocal also had like I don't know, these songs, they have feeling to them, they just don't sound phoned in so far. So I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one a 4 as well. That's right up my alley. You hit it right on the head with what I would have said is I love that combination. I've always loved that combination of an acoustic instrument and like something like more synth or process sounding, and in that case, this was Hughes's voice. Sounds very much like that could have been just pulled right off of the cutting room floor from "Play Me Out," which I'm gonna automatically gravitate to. I love the sound of his voice. Reminds me of like outtakes from Butterfly Ball or from Wizards Convention, just that whole era. Really, really cool stuff. And I love it didn't overstay its welcome. It's just a little over 2 minutes long. Just come in, do this cool little interlude. There's not really so much of a chorus even. It's just this almost similar to although that had more of a chorus, which is this time around. It's got that just kind of that cool, like it's very brief, short, almost like an interlude more so than like a full complete song. But yeah, good stuff. Which brings us to the next track, which sounds like it's going to be a banger. I guess we'll have to see. It's called The Raid.
I was going to say, watch, it's another ballad.
Rivers of desire. Nice. Kind of like a little call and response from the two guitars. Ooh. I like that.
Good stuff. Sounds like they're just going for a jam here.
Yeah.
Like I say, that is one of my favorite things to listen to on these Trapeze albums is just Mel Galley going off on these jams.
Yeah. When they lock into like a riff like that, it's just so good. And it's consistent over the years of the band. Nice little offbeat cowbell there. Had almost that same effect on those toms there, it sounded like.
Yeah. I feel like the vocals could have been mixed a little higher. Even though it wasn't like really, you could tell it wasn't a vocal song, but...
No, not very vocal heavy. No. It just barely dodged being an instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
There's a raid going on. Yeah, it's an interesting song. Like, not, very unusual, cool, like, little sections. But what do you think of this one?
I'll give this one a 4 as well.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was another really interesting song. I think you hit on the head where you're like, it just missed being an instrumental. It was basically like they threw in a couple of verses of vocals as an excuse to, I don't know, not make it an instrumental.
Just so they didn't have to say it was an instrumental?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, because I know that there are some songs that do that where they have like a line or two in there and then it just goes off into into just being a groove for a while, and it's really had like kind of a jam like feel, but it was pretty. Some of the parts were pretty intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it wasn't a real song in terms of like the structure, verse, chorus, verse, whatever. But I thought it was good.
Yeah, I really liked it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I thought it was cool, interesting arrangement. It did, like you said, right off the bat, you said just sounds like a jam. It did sound like they just had those like few little parts, and maybe even they did the vocals afterwards. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw in a little vocal there, or try something out, and maybe leave it in. But it sounds like they just kind of jammed with those little parts, and they went through the whatever 3 or 4 little sections, and then just ended it real quick. But really cool groove to it. All right. The last song on side 1 of this album is called Sunny Side of the Street. This is a cover. This was written by Jimmy McHugh and Dorothy Fields, who are a songwriting team. Dorothy Fields was one of the first successful Tin Pan Alley and Hollywood songwriters. They wrote this song, and Jimmy McHugh has almost 4,600 credits. Actually, I'm sorry, the two of them have almost 4,600 credits on Discogs. So they wrote a lot of songs. So here we go. Sunny Side of the Street.
Grab you.
This makes me think of Elf.
I was saying you beat me to it by about a half a second.
Carolina County Ball.
The song is from the 30s.
I feel like somebody doing a song from the 80s now.
Yeah.
Scary, isn't it?
There's a lot of piano on this song, on this album, for no one being credited for that I can find. Maybe I'm just missing something.
Maybe it was Eddie Kramer.
Could be. It could have been Steve Smith, the engineer. Vocals were really kind of drowned out by the instruments in that part, but
yeah.
Okay. Oh, right.
Okay. Concert ending.
Somebody from the control room. All right. Sunny Side of the Street. This was performed by a lot of people, including Sinatra.
Oh, wow.
But it looks like basically everyone that you could possibly think of has, in that, Nat King Cole, Dave Brubeck, Benny Goodman, Dizzy Gillespie, Art Tatum, Count Basie. The list goes on and on and on. So it was a jazz standard. All right. So, what do you think of The Sunny Side of the Street?
I'll give it a 3.5. I thought it was a very upbeat, decent cover. Thought it had a great energy to it. Reminded me a lot of Carolina County Ball.
Yeah. Yep.
Which, I mean, that's probably to be fair, like Elf was probably trying to emulate that style purposely anyways. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a good vibe. It shows you the roots of that kind of music, a rollicking kind of honky tonk rock type of thing. I think it fits in pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was great. I'm going to give it 3.5 as well. Great energy. Similar, reminds me of, maybe 10 years later when David Lee Roth would be kind of doing the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of, I guess back then it wasn't considered as like people weren't doing it in like an ironic way quite as much. Like nowadays it'd be like, ha ha, like we're doing the song from the 80s and we're wearing spandex. Check it out. It's like, where it's kind of like making fun of the era. This sounded like it was, again, not done in that sort of way, but done in like a positive way, but it's also kind of like having fun with it. You can hear them like chit-chatting before and after the song, and just, like it was like they probably were all familiar with the song. They did a couple quick run-throughs and they just banged it out in one take, but yeah, a lot of fun. You can hear that they're having fun on this album. They're getting creative, having fun, and yeah, it sounds pretty great so far.
Sounds fun.
Fun. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. All right, gonna flip the record over. The first track on the second side is called "Gimme Good Love." Oh my. Boy. This one was written by Mel Galley, Steve Smith, and Tom Galley.
Got that great trapeze groove to it.
Yep.
Sounds like something I've heard on another Trapeze album.
That's weird. That was like an organ solo on the right channel that was like super, super, super low. You could barely hear it. I don't know why they wouldn't have pumped that up.
Maybe it was a long fill.
It was just, it was like a fill, but it was like a few bars. Like it would have been really cool in the foreground. I like that push and pull there. It's like they go like double time and then they slow it down, and then double time and they slow it down. You're not even quite sure how to nod your head to it. I couldn't tell if he if he accidentally or purposefully hit a cowbell in the middle of that fill. another real. I mean, these songs on this album are short. This album's got 10 songs on it. It's like 34 minutes. That was another one that was sub 3 minutes. Well, I guess with the stinger at the end, it was just over 3 minutes. But yeah, they're not giving you time to get bored with any of these songs. That's for sure. Even if you don't like the song, it'll be over before you know it. But what do you think of that one?
I thought it was okay. I'll give it a 2.5. I didn't like it as much as the other ones. I mean, it definitely had some high energy to it, but I think this was one where it was just there's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't going anywhere. Didn't have any like really jams to it. And I think it was just really, can't put my finger on which earlier Trapeze song it kind of reminded me of, but it was almost like, you know what I mean? It sounded like a rewrite of it. Like they kind of ripped off one of their older songs and a la Richie or something and said, oh, let's do it again. So yeah, it was just kind of like nothing wrong with it. Just not just kind of mid-level. Probably one of the least maybe original or rockin' songs that I've heard so far.
All right, I'll give it a 3. I liked it. The definitely no complaints, or I don't think anyone would argue the energy on this album so far. They're bringing it, and Galli's. I think his vocals sound great. And I think he's given it all he can. I think this one loses a little something for the mix. I would have loved to hear that Oregon just brought up a little bit for those little fills that they throw in, because it was some really good stuff. It sounded like, yeah. I think my only quibbles with this one would be maybe just a little bit more in the production. And even though the vocals weren't super low in this one, and they were a little lost in the mix for me. I would have liked to hear them up front and center. And that sometimes you just get that from some vocalists. For all I know, Mel Galley was just like, didn't like his vocals and wanted them mixed down a little bit. You know, there's a lot of vocalists like that. You know, vocalists that aren't as confident. You know, Glenn Hughes would not be in that category. He's going to be like, put me up as high as you want. I think he should. I think he has the chops to be confident. I think his vocals sound awesome. I love the way he sounds as lead in Trapeze. But yeah, that's just me taking a wild guess. I have no idea why that decision would have been made. Okay, next track up is simply called Monkey. Is this I wonder if it's an instrumental.
No, this makes me think of like it could be like a lost Aerosmith song.
Yeah, good call.
You know, like in the middle of this year. That was my worst Steven Tyler right there.
Well, our YouTube listeners wouldn't have heard it because Zoom completely cut it out, but I can't wait to hear it on the audio.
Got a cool groove to it.
Yeah.
With that trademark, like, kind of creeping little thing that they do.
I guess in 1976, everyone did have a monkey on their back.
Sure.
He had like a little Husey to it there. Like, what you gonna do? With a little growl to it.
Sound like you're Grover from Sesame Street.
Yeah, it was not my best use.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Kirby. All right.
Kirby.
Monkey on my back. Monkey is a weird name for a song.
Kirby on your back. That's like Yoda or Miss Piggy or.
Oh yeah, Yoda on your back, like Luke when he's training in Empire Strikes Back. All right, what do you think of Monkey, John?
That one had a really good groove to it. I'll give it a 3.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I don't know. I felt like it was a longer song, even though I know these songs aren't long.
That was, well, compared to everything else on this, I think it's probably the longest song so far. It's like 3.5 minutes.
Ooh.
Which is not long by any means, but
yeah, it definitely had this really good groove to it. And it didn't go into jam territory. It kind of went into a kind of like this melody section where they broke it down and then they went back to the main section. You know what I was it was a little aggravating was I was really kind of getting into the bass groove, dun, 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 and then they would stop and do something else, and it's like, man, I really wish that they had gone on with that bass groove for a little while because I was like, I wanted to really get into it. Yeah, I think it had some good stuff in there. It's had some good grooves, but overall, it didn't didn't catch my attention for the whole song. But I mean, it mostly did.
I'll give this one a 3. I thought exactly the same thing you did when they started to go. Doom, 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 doom. I was like, oh, they're gonna do a cool little breakdown here, but then it was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, I don't know if you needed that part. I think it would have been cool to explore that a little and have like a little instrumental breakdown for even if it was just for 2 bars, but it was like half a bar, and I was like, boom, right back into like the vocals. So yeah, that was like a little bit of a letdown, but overall, yeah, like again, great energy, great vocals, good playing, some really cool grooves. Overall, pretty good track.
Yeah.
Takes us to the next one, which is I think our actual longest song on the album because it's like just cracking 4 minutes. It's called "I Need You."
A little grittiness to his vocals there.
Yeah.
Bass is really prominent in this one.
Yeah, this is one of the first times I've taken real note of it. It popped up actually a few times in the last song that I noticed, but
yeah,
sounds really good here. It's pretty tasty bass playing.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like almost like a Richie sort of thing with that crazy reverb.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Kind of dragging on a little for me.
Yeah. This is the first song I feel like really feels its length.
Yeah.
Wow. That was some very
sounds like a slide.
some very long reverb at the end there. All right, John, I Need You. What do you think of that one?
Well, I don't necessarily need this.
No.
Too.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay, but I feel like it got a little repetitive. I think it's kind of the definition of a filler track. It's just kind of like reminiscent of the other tracks in terms of writing and style and everything, but the pacing was kind of a little slow for what I like. So yeah, like you said, I think we both agree we felt the length of the song.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2 as well. Same feelings. I feel like it was, the tempo, and it didn't really go anywhere else. It was just kind of boom, 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 boom. And the bass playing was great. Like he was doing like everything right, it sounded, no pun intended, but it sounded great. He was just playing exactly what you should play in that part. I wish it had gone to a different place. They probably could have shaved a little bit off of it. It just was, I'm in agreement. The next track sounds like it could be off of a Glenn Hughes solo project. It's called Soul Stealer. I think that's Galley, but he sounds like Hughes a lot on this one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was nice. Oh, wow. That's a really cool effect. It's like like acoustic piano with maybe delay on it or something. That part's that chord progression, dun, 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 is really reminding me of something. I can't put my finger on it.
Interesting. It has a very end of the bridge of Woman of Tokyo type feeling to it.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Very interesting arrangement on this one. Yeah. And cool, some cool production things too. With those little interludes. That was an interesting track. If there's anyone alive that I could ask about this album, about like, hey, who the hell's playing the keyboards? What's going on? What happened with Eddie Kramer? I have a lot of questions. All right, John, what do you think of Soul Stealer?
I'll give that one a solid 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it had a lot of good stuff in it. Interesting, good. I don't know if you call it like a rocker. Like, what do you call these songs? They're just,
I don't know with this one.
They're good trapeze songs. Like, you can tell that Mel Galley was the instrumental in writing all these, because a lot of them are very similar to the Husey songs. From like Medusa, You Are the Music. The only thing is the arrangements and the production aren't as tight as those first 2 albums. It's like, it's weird.
And by
it's
first 2,
like,
you mean second 2, right?
Yeah, I don't count the first one. The first 2 good ones. No, but I mean, you hear like Medusa or You Are the Music, and it's just like, wow, that's like crisp production, like tight playing. And it's like, maybe they, I don't know, didn't have enough money, or they were rushed, or maybe they, God bless them, they just wanted to try something else. But you could definitely tell that the songwriting was heavily influenced by Galley.
And it's probably, probably that, they started off with the backing of John Lodge, who just passed away a few days ago as of recording this. And, with Glenn leaving, and I think they probably just weren't in the financial spot, and they were probably they weren't getting the peak studio time and all that sort of stuff. So that probably had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it sounds bad by any means, but yeah, just not as tight as the first 2, meaning number 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Did I rank this one? I did not. Right?
No, you did not.
I'll give it a 3 as well. I liked it. I like that dun 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 dun, like that chord change was like really cool. Reminded me of something else I really like that I cannot put my finger on. But the last track is another Hughesy track. It was written by Mel Galley, but Glenn Hughes is on lead vocals. And this track is called Nothing from Nothing for Nothing. So it's a nothing with an apostrophe for nothing with a G. A little mixed up there. So here we go. It's quite a bit of here we're rolling on this album, you know.
Yeah, that's something that I was going to mention a few songs back. Is there's a lot of like that kind of like raw, like trying to make it raw, like these are demos or this is a jam type of thing. Like they're talking, they're just like 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, which you're not always a huge fan of.
No, well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they overdo it in this one. Like they're trying to give it a sense of being like very raw, demo-ish or live.
Yep.
And see, now the past few songs have kind of had this really kind of like slow, dragging type of tempo, like like I need something a little bit more high tempo. Is that Hughes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Because anyway, I was like, all right, that's Hughes.
I like how he goes, stop sniffing around, stop sniffing around. He says it again. It's great.
Well, he's got to let you know. He's serious.
Yeah,
stop,
he's like,
stop
just
it.
in case you missed it the first time, saying it again. It's got this kind of like southern rock sort of sound to it. A lot of the songs of this album. One of the guys, Steve Smith, I think it said on here, got his start recording in Muscle Shoals, so that might have something to do with it. We're like almost like bordering on ZZ Top in a few spots for me. I love it. Found. He's doing his whole play me out shtick on this, and I'm loving it.
Oh yeah.
Space.
Space. Forgot about that.
Tight ending. All right. Nothing for Nothing. John, where do you rank this one?
Well, I don't think that even Hughesy could save this one. 2.5.
All right.
Average. You know, it's like I would say like the last handful of songs, like 4 or 5 songs, like maybe half the album.
Yeah.
Like it started out really good, and then it just kind of went downhill in terms of it just kind of all sounding the same.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I got a kick out of, you know, Hughes doing his his shtick, how he was singing around this time. But it was just a little too slow paced for me, a little slow tempo.
Yeah. I will also give it a 2.5. It pains me to do it, but yeah, the first half of this album started really strong. And I feel like the second side was a little not rough. I mean, there was nothing objectionable on it, really.
No,
just
I mean,
a couple of slow tempo tracks and a couple that were just a little meandering.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I think the album knew what it wanted to be, because you started off with like a rocker and then you had like two ballads in a row.
Yeah.
And and then just all this like kind of funky experimental stuff, and then this kind of like droning, like kind of funky sounding like everything else stuff.
Yeah. It was a little schizophrenic.
Yeah, not enough variety in it. I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I think good playing. Mel Galley's really good. He sings really well. It's just, I think that when you had that original combo of musicians that did the second and third Trapeze album, that's one of those things that you hit on, and it's just that chemistry that you can't recapture with other people every time.
Yeah.
And this one was just like, it's a decent collection of songs, but I'd probably cherry pick off of it rather than listen to it as a whole.
Yeah, a few. I've definitely picked a few off that first side. Some really good stuff there, and I really loved that Chances. That was a great one. Okay. While John fumbles with the spreadsheet, I'm going to do something, and that something is to thank our next level of patrons, and of course, I am talking about our foundation level patrons coming in at the £3.50 Deep Purple New York tier. We have Lord Longford. At the £3 Aromatic Feed tier, we have Simon Ford and Richard Brees. At the €3.50 tier, we have Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore Tights.
At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, Stephen Sharp. At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardot. Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjeldbu. Runar Simonsen. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette. Joe Dopefish Sigler. Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler.
Make your love. All right.
Michael, Matt R, Jesus Christ Superstar. At the 10 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
And at the $1 made-up name tier, we have the It's Not All Right, You're Dead! Leaky Mausoleum, Stephen Somerville, the Concerto 1999 Fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashton Lionel, Swapper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco Pants and Haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
Eddie Lyon.
Homosexual.
And Sick Tone.
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. And you know what I was thinking of during... So the new Taylor Swift song, album, has a song on it called Wood. And apparently it's about her her lover's wood, as it were.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a little much. And then she's like, well, it's not like guys haven't written songs like that before. And so it made me think of, because that whole song is just about, okay, keep it warm for when I get home,
I didn't know if like maybe you were just like, oh yeah, the chorus sounded like "Keep It Warm" from
No, I've
Born
never heard
Again.
that.
I'd be like, oh, okay.
Taylor Swift's new album, very reminiscent of Born Again. You should check it out. I haven't heard the album yet or that song, but it's a song about a very big penis. So how bad could it be?
I don't know. Not bad.
John's dumbfounded.
Very, very bad. I don't know.
It could be. Well, we'll have to review that. We'll do a
depending on how you like it.
Wood versus keep it warm. But that's not what we're here to talk about this time. We're time to get to the next thing, which is
well, John's busting out the spreadsheets. And he's fumbling with the tabs. Oops, he sorted it the wrong way. Now he can't tell what is bad.
And since I can't talk this week's episode, most episodes, I would say.
You dumbfounded yourself there.
I know. I should just put everything I say should be a sound clip so I can get through this a little easier. Okay, where does Trapeze, what's the name of this album? Trapeze. The 1976 Trapeze. I'm putting it. I call it 1976 in the spreadsheet, just like I called it 1987 for Whitesnake, because otherwise we wouldn't know. So what?
Trapeze, where's this? The Black album.
The Black and Sparkly album with the stars. Yeah. Where are we falling on this one here?
So we're predictably toward the bottom, but not the bottom. I would say like medium to high bottom. So not bad. So 6.3. We rated it about the same. And it comes between Double Trouble by Gillan and somehow remachined with that piece of crap song on it, which it gets the same rating.
That's the only reason, because it's the only one that had a 0, and I don't remember what I gave it. Maybe I gave it a 1, but whatever. That really drops the average for that album, because it was a pretty good tribute album.
But that was overall. But it got the same score as remachined, like 1.01 below Double Trouble, and then First of the Big Bands is a couple above it, just to give it a little context. And then you have a bunch of 6.25s below that too. Captain Beyond, The Battle Rages On, LA Blues Authority. What?
Yeah, I was saying it was the Sufficiently Breathless.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So while not down here because it was consistently terrible, it just wasn't as strong as other albums. I don't think those first couple of post-hippie Trapeze albums could be beat.
Yeah,
and they were just on a roll. They had a chemistry that was, And
the original Trapeze album was hanging out almost at the absolute bottom with a 5.33, tied with Funky Junction, a more recent review.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a fun album though. I definitely there's a few tracks I would definitely go back to if I was making a list of or like a playlist of Glenn Hughes over the years. I would throw that Chances song, and I really love that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's one of those. I agree that where he's guesting on an album or, has a vocal in there that's you'd be like toss it in there and be like, yeah, that's kind of cool. The same as if like his songs on a Butterfly Ball or Wizards Convention or other stuff he's done over the years. I mean, there's no shortage of Hughes guesting vocals. Places.
Yeah, in fact, our last episode, we started off, we didn't, it wasn't on the actual show, but we were listening to him doing that I don't even remember what it was from, but it was busting out that vocal from like 2006, and it was like, holy crap!
Oh yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So there you have it, folks. A little bit of a shorter episode for you and for us, as we get into it's almost Thanksgiving as this is released. So
the light and breezy holiday format.
Yeah, that never ends up happening. Although we do got one for the summer coming up, which is a long ways away. But thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll catch you again next week.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.